From the Pep Radio Newsroom, this is the Lunch Hour News Blast for April 22nd, 2025. LGBTQ Nation is reporting that the party, with a trifecta over all three branches of the federal government, continues to claim it is a victim of anti-conservative discrimination. And in line with that messaging, a right-wing Christian leader has declared white men are the most persecuted group in the country. The claim was made by Bunny Pounds, the founder of Christians Engaged, a group devoted to encouraging more Christians to vote. Pounds is also the senior vice president, Far Right Family Policy Alliance. The hardest person to be right now in America is white males, right? She said during an appearance on the Truth and Liberty show. You're at the bottom of the food chain in the social justice world. But we shouldn't discriminate against anybody, she continued, and what President Trump is saying, we should all treat each other with respect and love. We should have an equal playing field across. And some of these kind of woke and progressive agendas is actually hurting America. It's dividing us. It's hurting our relationships and our communities. She then declared, let's go back to just seeing each other the way the founders decided we should see each other, as equal. Okay, Bunny, I'm going to clear up some things for you. First of all, until the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendments, Black people were slaves unless they were freed by their slave owners. So the founders didn't exactly see things equal. Oh, and you couldn't vote because you were a woman. And you see, back in 1790, women didn't have the right to vote. So take that however you will. White, straight, cisgender men are, of course, the least persecuted and most powerful group in the country. The Trump administration has been gaslighting the American people with its anti-DEI arguments, claiming giving marginalized groups and people a leg up is anti-white and anti-male. In a related story, Riley Gaines, a former collegiate swimmer who appeared in an anti-transgender video for the current presidential administration, has said that the gender ideology movement as a whole really is an attempt to normalize pedophilia. Kirk said that transgender civil rights stem from society appeasing a mental delusion trying to accommodate a psychological condition, which then, of course, invades female privacy, female sports, so on and so forth. Kirk is repeating right-wing talking points about trans identity being a type of mental illness or insanity, rhetoric that the current presidential administration has amplified. Kirk, you are really not one to be talking about insanity, okay, bud? You probably should back off those comments because I gotta tell you, just about everything that pops out of your mouth is damn insane. Well, anyway, gender dysphoria, the state of severe distress caused by feeling that one's gender identity does not match one's sex as registered at birth, is recognized as a mental disorder. However, not all trans people experience severe dysphoria. Furthermore, trans identity itself is not considered a mental disorder by the World Health Organization, and studies have shown that trans identity is a condition, but not a mental disease. And nevertheless, Gaines told Kirk, this is the most basic of truths, man and woman. It's the sheer essence of humanity, a truth we have never struggled to understand in the nearly 250 years we've been established as a country, and certainly much longer than that. Hate to break it to every single person listening to this, you are all here from man and woman. And that is what we're being asked to deny. No one's saying you need to deny it. It's just you need to get over yourself, Riley. You came in fifth in the race, actually sixth. That is what your trophy says, isn't it? And furthermore, you tied with Leah Thomas. So frankly, you need to do a little less talking and a little more shut the hell up. Gaines is factually incorrect here. Biologists and geneticists have long acknowledged that biological gender exists on a spectrum that can vary due to genetic, hormonal, reproductive, and other factors. Gender variant Americans have existed throughout history, though they have generally been erased from mainstream history by being misgendered. Why don't you take a moment, Riley, and ask any of the two-spirit people who lived and whose ancestors lived in this country long before your ancestors arrived. And what you will discover is that, like I said earlier, a little more silence and a little more shut the hell up, and all will be fine. The audacity from the followers of the regime marches on. And as fun as it would be to pursue this story further, we're going to leave it here and turn our attention to the National Weather Service forecast for the Meadville area right here on PEP Radio.